everyone, it's Dr. Gibson. It is Sunday evening of the end of Unit 1, so that deadline is in a few hours. But I want to hit a few points that have come to my attention, and one of them is the rigor in this particular course. And I wanted to go over the reasons behind my expectations for all the students in this particular class. So one of the questions that's come up is the fact that I recommend that you spend 24 hours a week working on this course. So I wanted to go over my arithmetic in terms of determining that number. So in graduate school, essentially, you take courses that are 3 credits apiece. So generally speaking, if you were on campus, you would spend 3 hours in the classroom every week for each course. So for us, that's watching videos that are posted on the unit pages and participating in the online discussion groups. So the general rule of thumb is that for every credit that you are in a class, you spend 3 additional hours outside of the classroom studying, reading, and preparing for that particular class. So we have 3 hours in the classroom, 9 hours of preparation outside of the classroom. So that gives us 12 hours a week currently. And since this is a condensed course, then that would mean that you would be spending 24 hours per week on this particular course. So the reasons that I wanted to make sure that everyone knew that this is a work-intensive course, one of them is the fact that we are working towards accreditation for the business school. And number 2, it's important that you get your money's worth for your tuition. So what I mean by that is if we put in the work ahead of time, you're going to have the tools necessary for the workplace, and you're going to be a lot more prepared. That's the reasoning that this is a work-intensive course. I have the same expectations for my online students that I have for my face-to-face students in both the organizational change program as well as the MBA program. So it's the same if you would be taking a face-to-face class with me or an online course with me. So I have a long list of things to get through tonight. So first off, overall the discussions from Unit 1 were pretty good. Those grades are posted. I posted them yesterday. For each student, I posted the grading rubric, which shows your grade breakdown for that particular assignment. So you can begin to see any areas that you may need to improve on or what you're already doing well. So let me know if for whatever reason you can't see your grades. Also, we did have a few students drop the course. So what I ended up doing is I reshuffled some of the discussion groups. So if you're in a different discussion group, it was just basically trying to make the groups even again. So you may have new colleagues in your discussion group, or you may be in a new discussion group entirely. I just wanted everyone to be aware of that moving forward. So for Unit 2, we do have some reading that we're going to be doing. So first off, you're going to be reading the case FC Barcelona. We have Shine chapters 4, 5, and 6, as well as Alvison chapter 3. So those are your reading assignments. The deliverables for this particular unit are going to be watching the videos that are posted on our Unit 2 page, the online discussion, which is going to be basically over the case, FC Barcelona, but it's going to ask you questions that are going to tie in the reading assignments for this week. So you need to do the chapter reading first, then read the case, and that will help clarify a lot of the questions. Then we do have the practice case analysis that's due. So I do want to talk about this in a little bit of depth. First off, The reason that I had you read the ELLIT textbook was to help give you a background on how to attack case analyses. So we know from that particular text that there are 3 different kinds of case studies that you're going to encounter. What you will need to do in order to start this assignment is to determine whether it's a problem case, a decision case, or an evaluation case. Once you've chosen which type of case this particular case study is, then you're going to want to follow the outline that is provided in the textbook. So there are a lot of different things within each type of analysis that you're going to want to discuss. If you take a look at the grading rubric, which I've posted right at the assignment link, it's also available in the syllabus, you can see exactly how I will be evaluating your work, so there's no surprises. One of the things that is left out of the ELLIT textbook outlines, but is in the grading rubric, is a summary of the case. So I've read the case several times. I'm sure you have also read the case several times, so there's no reason to dwell on the summary. So I don't want your summaries of the case to be more than 1 to 2 paragraphs. I recommend putting that summary at the beginning of your analysis and then following that with whatever format you decide from the ELLIT textbook. But that would be the deviation that I would see when looking at the grading rubric. I recommend that you follow those outlines in the ELLIT textbook for writing the body of your analysis. In particular, any action plans that are discussed in that format, that will be extremely helpful. I've received a few questions from your colleagues about the length of the analysis. I don't have a required length of the analysis. So essentially, you need to make sure that you hit all the topics that are discussed in that outline. With that being said, I prefer a more concise analysis than ones that are really wordy. So if you find yourself continuing to repeat yourself, or you can't seem to think of anything else to write, that's probably a good stopping point. I will be providing a lot of feedback on this particular assignment for a few reasons. It's the practice one. It's only worth 20 points, but this is a great way to work out any kinks in understanding what type of analysis I'm looking for. Also, it will give you an idea of what the team case analysis and the individual case analyses assignments are going to look like. I will be giving you a PDF file just like I did in the discussion assignment that will have your grade breakdown for the practice case analysis. But I will also be providing in-text feedback for you to see, so you'll have multiple ways of looking at your work, and you can see my comments in there. The final thing that I wanted to talk about was the formatting of your case. Within the business discipline, we tend to use the APA, which is the American Psychological Association, style of formatting. In particular, this is utilized for all of our citations and references within our analyses. I'm not trying to be a stickler for this. This is actually for your benefit when working on team projects. That way, everyone in the groups are citing and writing in a particular style. It will make collaborating go a lot easier. It will save you some heartache down the road in the course. So it's important that we do utilize the APA formatting style in your assignments from this point forward. As always, if you have questions, please make sure that you send me emails. I'm certainly going to be getting back to you if you send me a question. I do teach face-to-face courses at HPU on the downtown campus, Mondays from 9:40 to 12:35, and then Wednesday mornings 9:40 to 12:35, and then I have an MBA course that evening from 5:45 to 8:40 p.m. So if you email during those times, it'll take me a little bit longer to get back to you. I do have meetings and committee responsibilities for the university as well, but I'm usually pretty good at getting back to any email questions that I receive from students fairly quickly. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to send one to me. I'm here to help, and looking forward to this week and this particular unit. Have a great week. Bye.